Come on, we got to do a review for everybody. Fred and Ty here, and welcome to the Gear Obsession channel. In this episode, I will be reviewing the CRKT M16-13T. So Ty is going to be here massaging his bed while I do the review. So again, the M16-13T. The T is probably the thing that stands out most about this particular model. The T stands for titanium. Only the scales of this knife are titanium, nothing else, not the liner, not the blade, or anything like that. Now, what the titanium does for you is that it increases the price dramatically on any knife. You'll find that this lists for about, I don't know what you're eating. Hey, don't eat that. This lists for about $130. I paid about $79. Now, the good thing that titanium will do for you, just can't leave stuff alone, can you? The good thing that will do for you is that it is very lightweight, but you still get high strength. And that ratio is better than aluminum. It's better than steel. So that's what titanium will do for you. Now, other things that are great about this knife is that it's designed by Kit Carson. CRKT has a variety of designers, and they really have a good variety and unique designs across the board, maybe more than any other knife manufacturer. Just a really cool looking but very different knives. So, and that's really where the good stuff, I think, ends in most cases. So here we have a spear point blade. I'm not going to get too close here. We have a spear point blade, and the thickest part is in the middle, which is good for a blade of this design. The primary mission of a spear point is, if you probably haven't already guessed now, is stabbing. It's a good stabbing type of blade. This is a 3.5-inch blade, so it's barely long enough to be a fighting knife, and it's designed well for a fighting knife. You have a flat ground, so it probably could slice fairly okay, but it has a flat ground from the middle down to the edge, and it has another false one, it's dull up here, that goes up, so it gets thinner toward the top. You don't want to put an edge there because this is a folder, and that could be an issue when folding it. Now, I got to fold this, so I'm going to show you something. This has a safety on it. It has a little auto lock. So what you have to do is you have to pull this down, then you have to push this liner to the side. It is a liner lock, so then you can push it to the side. While you're pushing it to the side and you have it pressed, you can let go of this while holding it, and you can fold the knife. So it's a two-step process to fold it. Now, to open it, the primary way of opening it is with the flipper. The secondary is with one of the dual thumb studs. Now, these thumb studs, I don't even think their primary purpose is being a thumb stud. They sort of have a texture or jimping or something on the top. They really don't rise up high enough for you to push it like a conventional thumb stud. You sort of put your finger on top of it and rotate it, just like that. Left-handed, it's harder because you have the clip in the way, so you really don't have much to get at. But that's the secondary way of opening this knife. The primary way is using the kicker, and it does come out pretty fast with the kicker. You can really snap it out there really quick. Now, that auto lock does secure it really good. You know, there's no play, never was any play, and I've had this knife for a little while. And it looks like that these studs, the primary mission of these studs are to help with lockup. As you can see, the thumb studs here press up against the scale, so it really pulls it tight, and I guess the spring action or the lock action, is pulling, so they've got some isometric going on there, but it helps secure the blade. Now, if you notice, the clip is very skinny. I do like the way it comes up and back down and sweeps up. This is my favorite style of clip. It allows my finger to rest here, so I can hold it this way very comfortably. You can also hold it this way very comfortably. As you can see, the kicker becomes a finger guard, And again, since this is for stabbing, that's good because there is no functional. There's jimping, but it's not functional jimping because it's so deep in the scales. So this is the means to keep your hands from sliding onto the blade when stabbing, and it does a pretty good job. And the handle or the scales provide a very good hold in this fashion also. So as far as comfort in all the different positions, it's a very comfortable handle, even though it doesn't look very comfortable. It looks like it's really meant to be pretty, but it's actually pretty comfortable also. There's nothing else as far as texture. You know, this is bee blasted, but it doesn't really lend itself to adding any more grip. Now there is a little bit of texture here on the pivot screw. That could come in handy if it were to get loose. It's never gotten loose on me, but if you're out in the field, you don't have a screwdriver, you might be able to tighten it up with your thumb a little bit. Something else you'll notice missing is a lanyard hole. There is none. There is some space. They could have put one. I don't know why they didn't. Also, this clip. You know, I'm not a big fan of super skinny ones like that. I know some people are. I'm not. This clip can't be moved anywhere else. So you could either remove it or put it back on. Remove it, put it back on. That's your choice. So left-handed people, you're really screwed with this one too. I don't get it. Now my biggest criticism, CRKT, again, poor steel for the amount of money you're paying for this knife. You know, $130 list price and you're only giving it AUS 8 steel for the blade, unsat. Now the liner lock is 420 J2, which is pretty good for a liner lock. But come on, AUS 8? I mean, you know, store-bought price of $79. I could get other manufacturers. I could get a Spyderco with VG10 for that. So I don't know. You got to step it up, CRKT. Now, some people may have issue with where the knife is made. This is not made in America. It's made in Taiwan. So I know some folks have issue with it, so I'm going to bring that point up. It is made in Taiwan, but it does look and feel to be pretty good quality. The fit and finish is very good. The blade came very well centered. It didn't require any adjustment at all. Now, as far as sharpness, you know, it's AUS 8, so it's not going to hold an edge super well, but it's a little bit of ripping there. So it does a fair job. So, but I mean, it stays. You know, AUS 8 is not a terrible steel. I think the hardness is around 58 or 59 RC, 58, 59. Not terrible, but I think for the price it could be a lot better. Let me see what I'm doing for time. Okay, so I got to give this a rating. So from a 0 to 10, because the steel, because the clip not being able to be moved, because no lanyard hole, I'm going to give it. Well, there's something else. The you know, this one is a combo blade. It has serrations, standard 3-point serrations. Nothing to write home about. But I watched a video the other day by Coke Man, and he broke his serrations on a bamboo tree or a piece of bamboo. I don't think it's technically called a tree. That's pretty piss poor. Now, it could have been a defective blade. But again, you know, I am just not thrilled about the steel. Now, I'm not going to test mine because I don't have extras and I don't have an unlimited amount of resources and money. So I tend to baby my knives, so I got to trust other reviews. So with all that said, I'm going to give this a 5. That's it. It's not a high value knife at all. And CRKT needs to start stepping up to the plate and start putting better steel in their blades that are comparable to others in their price range. But the, you know, designers, and they got cool looking knives with cool looking mechanics in them, and you know, they're very cool knives. But whether they're completely practical remains. I hate this safety. put a conventional safety on there and just make sure the blade is secure. Get rid of the two-step thing. I don't like it. This is personal opinion. So Gear Obsession channel gives it a 5. I'm sorry if you like it. Give it your own rating and carry it, and you'll be happy. It's a free country, and you're free to carry whatever you want, and that's what's important. We can carry our knives, we can carry our pistols in most states, and that's what's important. So again, thank you very much for joining both me and Ty. Ty likes CRKT. I don't know why he likes them. I think he wants to eat them. What do you got? So, again, thank you very much for stopping by, and I will catch you in the next episode. What do you got? CRKT. I like it. Look at you. Break it.